We will unzip our downloaded file. Click on extract and open unzip folder inside VS Code. And now you can see this contain two folders, client and server. Client contain our front end code, server contain our backend code. Okay, and the question is why we made this starter files and what this starter file contain. These starter files contain the code about products. Okay, and why we need product? Because Razorpay does not exist alone. Okay, suppose user, if you are using Razorpay, it simply means you are selling something and someone is buying from you. Okay, for example, product or services. Okay, so in these starter files contain our products that we will sell and customer will buy from us. Okay, so you can see, you can understand this code by yourself. It is not that hard. This contains the starter file, server, it contains seed. Okay, seed file that you have to run. These are routes, models, controllers, and this contain DB connection. And same is the front end code contain component, context, fuzzy service. So you give it 5 minutes and you can understand it easily. Okay, so now let's move on and start integration. So before integrating, you have to run some command so that your code is perfectly work. Okay, so first of all, navigate to server file and install all the necessary packages. Okay, same, navigate to client folder and install the packages. Okay, second thing is create a env file inside server. Okay, and add port and its value and Mongo URI and its value. Okay, and after installing, you can see we have node modules folder available in server and client folder. Okay, and the next step is seed file. This file contains our products, you can see, and we will run this file and store this product inside our database. Okay, you have to run node seed.js. Okay, and this will store inside your MongoDB database. After that, our application inside our browser. Okay, run the command npm run dev. Then we will navigate to server and start our server. We will run node-man server.js. Okay, now our server help has been start server running on 5000 MongoDB connected. Okay, and when we click on this URL, our app has been loaded, and this is our application in which we will integrate the Razorpay. Okay, so these are our product. Okay, and suppose we click on add to cart and these two, and go to cart page. We have our cart. We click on the proceed to checkout and pay now, and message comes Razorpay integration will come next step. Okay, so from here we will start integrating our Razorpay. Okay, and this message is coming from checkout.jsx file. Here in handle pay function there is a alert message Razorpay integration will come next step. So now we will start integrating Razorpay inside our project. So first step is we will create a Razorpay folder inside server and a Razorpay.js file. Now we will install Razorpay library inside our server folder, not client. Okay, and after this we will create Razorpay key ID and key secret inside our env file. Key ID, key secret. Okay, now paste your key ID and key secret from your Razorpay account, and after that we will initialize our Razorpay SDK inside this folder and then export that and use for order creation, Razorpay order creation. First step is import Razorpay. From Razorpay library. Second step is calling Razorpay function with new keyword and pass a object which contain Razorpay key ID and key secret. Pass the key ID, process .env .razorpay key ID, key secret. Process .env .razorpay okay and it return this return a object. We will store that object inside our Razorpay variable and export this Razorpay object. And we will check if our application has connected to Razorpay or not. Okay, and for working of process.env we have to install .env inside our file. So we will import .env. So we will import .env from so that our process.env will work. Import and now call. Okay, now we will check if this Razorpay has been connected to our application or not. So we write if Razorpay, then console Razorpay is initialized successfully. Okay, and now we will run. So yes, Razorpay is initialized successfully. So our application has connected to Razorpay. Next step is creating order. Now we will create Razorpay order. So now come the second step, Razorpay order. In this step, we will create Razorpay order. So what is Razorpay order and why we need to create it? Razorpay order is like, for an example, when you visit a restaurant, you order something, a bill is generated and you pay. The bill generated is same as Razorpay order. When we create Razorpay order, Razorpay returns an order ID. That order ID is necessary for a payment. Without order ID, payment will not be captured inside Razorpay and there are higher chance of refunded that payment. Order ID is tied to the payment. Razorpay order happens before any payment. Okay. So Razorpay ID Razorpay order come first, then payment will happen. Otherwise, payment is not secure. So we will create Razorpay order. Create Razorpay order. Razorpay order.js. Now we will create Razorpay order. First step is import Razorpay from Razorpay. Okay. Now we will create a function. Create Razorpay order. This is an async function. We will pass an object with parameter amount and Razorpay order requires amount and currency as a mandatory field, as a mandatory request parameter, and you can also pass other parameter like notes, but these are optional. Apply a condition if there is no amount. Throw new error. Amount is required. If there is amount, we will create Razorpay order with Razorpay instance. Razorpay, for creating order, there is a method available on Razorpay, razorpay.order.create. Now we will pass amount, currency, notes inside it. Okay, and this will create an order, and we store that order inside this variable and return that order. Okay, we will put this inside try catch block. If there is any error, we will catch that throw new error. So this is the order creation function. This, when we call this function, it will create Razorpay order and we store this Razorpay order inside this variable. Okay, it contains Razorpay ID and extra data. Okay, now we will use this function inside our order controller. This is our order controller. Here we have created local order. After this, we will create our Razorpay order. We will call create Razorpay we will import our previously created Razorpay order function. We will go to Razorpay and import this. Now we will have this function. We pass total amount here. We'll pass amount as total amount. Next, we will pass so we have passed total amount inside it. Okay, you can also pass currency. But that is optional. No, we can also pass currency, but we have already passed that in our parameter. And this function will create order and return an order object. We will save that in const Razorpay order. And we have forgot to export this function. Okay, and now we have Razorpay order. Now we will save the Razorpay order ID inside our local order. How? This is our local order, this one, and inside it we will create Razorpay order ID and pass Razorpay order dot ID. Okay, and now we will save this. And put await here. Yes. Okay, and instead of returning this, instead of returning simple order, we will return Razorpay order ID which contain Razorpay order ID, amount. Okay. Now after order creation, these Razorpay order ID and total amount will be sent to the front end. Okay. Now backend part is done. We will move on to the front end part. We have some issue here in our this file. We have forgot to add a wait here, because this is an async function. This is also an async function. And second one is make it plural, that is orders, not order. Okay. And third error is we are exporting our Razorpay order function with name export. Okay. So we have to put parenthesis here, because it is not a default export. Okay. And okay, we also need to put await here too, because this is also an async function. And second, and here amount, total amount, this is an object. Currency, INR. And here we pass total amount into 100. Oh, sorry. Here we pass total amount into 100, because Razorpay assume amount in passive. And here come notes. You can put like anything here. Razorpay. You can put here local order ID, inside it order dot ID underscore ID dot toString. Now it is corrected. So please make this correction, otherwise your code will break. So today we will work on the front end side. We will integrate Razorpay now on front end. So the first step is add the Razorpay script in index.html file. You can also copy paste it from Google. Now we will work on the front end side of our application. We will integrate the Razorpay on the front end side. So for integrating, our first step is add the script of the Razorpay. We need to add this script checkout.razorpay.com in our index.html file. Okay, so please add this line of code in your index.html file. Now we will come to our checkout.js page and write our code here. Remove this alert line, and first of all we will call our backend API where we have created Razorpay order. Okay, so import, we have to import this API this API. Okay, and now we will call post method on it, and inside it we pass the path of our API and the data, which data, our cart data, and our cart data is coming from here, use cart. Okay, you can see this is our context, and here this is the cart. Okay, so the cart is coming from here, this, and we pass here okay, yes, and this is a asynchronous call, so we have to write a wait before it, and it return a data object, and we will store that data inside. It will return a data object and we will store that inside this. Okay, and also put this code in try and catch block. Now create a env file, create a .env file, and create a variable void Razorpay key here. Okay, and pass here your Razorpay key value. Because in the future we will need it. Now create checkout option. Options. First thing is key. We will import meta.env.razorpay. Okay, second thing is amount. We will pass amount here, and amount is coming from the backend, so data dot amount. Next thing is order ID. Let me check what is order ID we are passing. Razorpay order ID. Here we pass Razorpay order ID. It is coming from the backend data. Then currency. Now we will create Razorpay const Razorpay is equal to window new dot Razorpay and pass options here and pass this option here and open it. Okay, so what we have done here, we have called the backend order API where we are creating Razorpay order and pass the cart data. Second thing, we have create checkout option which require Razorpay key, data, order ID and currency, and then we are opening Razorpay checkout. Okay, and now let's test this live. So npm run dev, npm run dev. Next is we will start our server, node1 server.js, and here comes the error. Error is import create Razorpay order from Razorpay create order.js. The requested model does not provide export name create Razorpay order. So there is name mismatch. It is create Razorpay order, and here we are forgetting R letter. Okay, so we will come here and put R, and now let's see. Yes, now server is running, MongoDB connected, and let's check. And you can see this is our site. It is loading. We add Samsung S24, we add MacBook Air. We will go to cart, proceed to checkout, and let's see. Something went wrong. So the message coming is something went wrong. Okay, I don't know why this is. The error is create Razorpay order is not defined. So this is coming from here. Okay, and let's check again. What is it? Is it working or not? And server is running. Okay, now yes, you can see the Razorpay checkout has been opened. You have to enter your mobile number, and here you can enter. Here you can pay. These are the payment method. You can pay using card, EMI, net banking, pay later.